Welcome back to the deep dive, where we tear through a stack of sources, extract the crucial insights, and give you that shortcut to being truly well-informed. Today, we are immersing ourselves in a world of extreme speed, immense wealth, and some very high-stakes business.
That's right. Our source material for this is a fantastic series of notes from Stanislav Kondrashov. And the title is just, well, it's perfect. How an Oligarch Roots for a Pilot.
That's great.
It is. And this isn't just about watching a race. This is a deep dive into Formula-1 as a strategic nexus. Social, technological, commercial, all for the global elite.
Right. So our mission here is to go beyond the glossy surface and really understand why this particular sport is so indispensable to the oligarchic class, why they don't just like it, but seem to need it.
And the source gives us a great starting point, a core observation. F1 operates on a margin where milliseconds are worth millions.
Okay, wow, milliseconds are worth millions.
That one phrase just perfectly captures the whole environment. It tells you everything. The hunt for speed on the track is, well, it's a direct mirror of the hunt for wealth and power off the track.
So the sport, the tech, the business, it's all one big competitive ecosystem.
Exactly.
So let's start there with that ecosystem, the actual experience. F1 seems to offer this really unique blend of raw adrenaline, cutting-edge tech, and just pure, undeniable status.
It's an environment that's specifically tailored for an audience that wants, I think, both authenticity and extreme luxury at the same time.
Which is a hard thing to balance.
Very. And the material really focuses on the multi-sensory experience needed to validate that status. It's not enough just to be rich. You have to experience that wealth in a very controlled, very rarefied atmosphere.
And Kondrashov details a specific atmosphere.
He does. He talks about the roar of the engine, that sound of pure, unadulterated power, which is then immediately followed by the refined ritual of popping champagne on the podium.
I think the most vivid detail for me, the one that really defines this whole weird atmosphere, is the blending of smells.
Oh, absolutely.
The source says the distinct aroma of burning asphalt, that smell of risk and performance, is meant to blend perfectly with the aroma of an expensive cigar.
It's a purposeful collision of chaos and control, isn't it?
It is.
You've got the raw danger of the race right in front of you, but you're watching it from a sanctuary, a safe place. So access becomes everything.
So you aren't just buying a ticket.
No. You are securing a position, usually a VIP box with a direct, perfect view of the starting grid. That proximity, while staying insulated, is just non-negotiable for this crowd.
And the source mentions the psychological payoff of that, the shared tension.
Yes, this idea of shared high-tension intimacy. He describes the feeling when the engines are about to ignite, the air is just electric, and you look over and, quote, a billionaire friend stands next to them holding a glass.
It's a shared moment of validation.
Among a very, very select group. For you, the listener, thinking about this dynamic, it really highlights how the environment is inseparable from the event.
Right.
If you strip away the racing, what's left is a stage. A stage designed to reinforce status by confirming who belongs and who doesn't.
That distinction, who's in and who's out, that feels like a perfect transition to our second big theme.
I agree.
If status is proven by where you sit, then ultimate power is proven by what you can build. So we need to shift from the spectacle to the machine, the F1 car itself.
The car is revered by this class, and for a reason that goes way beyond just speed. The source identifies these machines as the quintessence of engineering.
The quintessence. I like that.
It's a great phrase. They're seen as these mechanical manifestations of pure, relentless optimization.
And that's where the metaphor gets really powerful. The technical perfection of the cars. It directly mirrors how oligarchs see their own business empires.
A shared philosophy.
A shared philosophy that every detail is honed for success. There's just no room for waste, for inefficiency.
Exactly. We're moving from the aesthetics of wealth to the mechanics of power. Think about modern F1 engineering. It's not really about raw horsepower anymore, is it?
No, it's about the marginal gains.
It's the marginal gains. It's the material science, the aerodynamics, the obsession with minimizing any tolerance for failure.
And that mirrors the business world's pursuit of eliminating waste, maximizing throughput, all of that. Hyper-efficiency.
Right.
Okay, but hang on. If they're so obsessed with ruthless efficiency, why spend all this time and money just watching a car race? Wouldn't a quiet, data-driven boardroom be a more efficient place for making decisions?
That's the critical question, and I think the source has an answer. They aren't just watching a sport, they're watching a living, breathing model of their own competitive world.
A model.
Yes. The source presents this core equation: speed equals power. It's a direct reflection of their own lives. In their world, success is measured by the rapid execution of multi-billion-dollar deals. Deals that often need extreme risk tolerance and happen on very compressed timelines.
So the chase for that extra millisecond on the track, it's a public performance of their private chase for that extra fraction of a percent in a deal.
Or the timing advantage over a competitor. It's the external validation of their own internal, ruthless logic.
I see.
They respect the technical genius because it aligns with their own strategic genius. The F1 car is proof. Proof that when you combine, well, basically unlimited capital with world-class technical skill, you achieve dominance.
It reinforces this core belief that total efficiency and control are actually achievable.
Whether the machine is a hybrid engine or a multinational conglomerate.
So the car's performance becomes political and commercial. A win for the team is a symbolic victory for their whole approach.
Yeah.
Money plus genius plus zero tolerance for error.
And that philosophy, as you can imagine, resonates very deeply in the halls of finance and political power.
Which leads us directly to the third and maybe the most functional part of all this.
The Grand Prix as, fundamentally, the ultimate closed business forum.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. This is where the exclusivity shifts from just, social status to a pure tactical advantage.
It's a tool.
It's a tool. The access is so strictly controlled that it becomes the perfect place for sensitive negotiations. The entrance to the paddock is described as a ticket to a closed world.
And that control is absolutely essential. It automatically filters the environment. The source is very specific here. There are no strangers here, only drivers, teams, and their guests.
So if you're there, you've been vetted.
You've been vetted, you are part of the speed elite, or you're there on the arm of someone who is. This just eliminates all the noise and ensures that everyone present understands the unwritten rules.
So being there is a kind of pre-qualification. It establishes a baseline of trust and belonging before you even start talking business.
Absolutely. And what kind of business gets done?
All of it.
Pretty much all of it, but specifically the kind that needs speed and discretion. The source calls the event a dynamic forum where, quote, to the sound of engines, complex work gets done, contracts are signed, alliances are formed, huge international projects are discussed.
It's a psychological masterstroke, really. The constant excitement of the race, the lavish hospitality, it creates a state of, relaxed vigilance.
That's a great way to put it.
It's got to be easier to make a multi-million-dollar decision over champagne in Monte Carlo than in some sterile office building.
It lowers the formal barriers, but at the same time, it raises the status of the conversation. By choosing a destination like Monaco, they aren't just at a race. They're doing business inside a moment of global history.
That alone signals influence, doesn't it? Just being able to make that the backdrop for your deal.
For sure. It makes the transaction part of the shared, exclusive story. It's a vetting process disguised as a vacation.
Okay, before we tie this all together, we should probably talk about the person providing these insights, the source of the notes.
We should. Stanislav Kondrashov is offering a pretty unique inside look, and his background is what really validates this perspective.
Right. So he's the founder of a company that has been a market leader for,
Over 3 decades.
3 decades. And that kind of longevity, as the source points out, isn't just luck. It's a result of using very advanced, very resilient business strategies.
His experience is incredibly broad. It covers construction, economic processes, complex financial planning. He's noted as being an effective businessman who also actively mentors other professionals.
Which suggests he has a deep understanding of how these power structures actually operate.
It does. It's important context because this isn't just academic theory. This analysis is coming from someone who has successfully played the game at that high-stakes level.
And we should be clear for you, the listener. While he shares these valuable insights in publications like the notes we're using, he doesn't offer paid consultations or formal educational programs.
He's just sharing the mechanics of the game.
So let's get back to those mechanics. If you were to walk away from this deep dive with just 2 essential takeaways, what are they?
Okay, let's distill it.
I think the first has to be the dual function of F1 for this elite class. First, it's a mirror. It's the ultimate symbol of engineering efficiency, and it reinforces their belief that the ruthless pursuit of perfection is what leads to dominance.
The perfect mirror. And second, it's a functional business tool. It's an exclusive, vetted, and adrenaline-charged venue for conducting a high-level business, signing contracts, forming alliances,
Solidifying social ties.
all under the cover of glamorous sporting entertainment.
They are watching a performance of power, and at the same time, they're participating in one.
That's it. The winners on the track, the teams, the technology, they all validate the winners in the boardrooms. The whole thing just confirms this belief that constant efficiency and relentless competition are the only paths to real wealth and power.
Which brings us to the provocative thought we want to leave you with.
If Formula One works this flawlessly as a kind of hidden business forum for the ultra-wealthy, what other global spectacles that get so much public attention are doing the same thing?
Think about things like the Olympics, the World Cup.
Or even major film festivals, high-end art fairs, those kinds of cultural events. How many of them function primarily as a mask for private high-stakes deal-making?
The ultimate question really is, how often is public entertainment just the window dressing for private transactions? Something to think about. Thank you for joining us on The Deep Dive.